Alright, thank you for checking out this video. Today we're going to be looking at the Zoom Magnum Finesse worm. It's a worm by Zoom Bait Company, about 5 inches long. It's like their standard finesse worm, but it's fatter. And this is the salty version of it. This footage is from a recent trip that I took. Small creek by the house. I know this creek has some fish in it. Usually always has fish in it, so it's a good place to test out new lures and things, because if it won't get bit there, it's not going to get bit anywhere. This is a pretty standard creek for South Alabama. It's got a sandy bottom, going to have some nice dark holes in the corners, and that's what we're doing here. I'm going to show you how well this Magnum Finesse worm skips. See, I skip it, and then boom, I immediately get bit right whenever I pulled it off that bank.
Wow.
Not a big guy, but it does skip well, so you see that, and that's a little start. I do like this thing. Get him back in the water and try her again. And I'm using this Magnum Finesse worm on a 1/16 ounce shaky head. I started with a 3/8 ounce, but it was getting hung up a little too much. So I made a switch pretty quick to that 1/16, and it's doing a lot better. 2 casts in a row. I would say they like this Magnum Finesse worm. Might not be the biggest fish, but it will get bit. That's what I wanted to see. I was kind of just holding tension on it, letting the current take that worm, and that fish come up and throw it.
Large mouth. Hi, buddy.
You heard that skipping sound. I'm getting pretty good at skipping this finesse worm. Okay. Setting the world on fire with these lunkers. As you can see though, solid action for that worm. If you're on the fence about it, you can see it gets bit.
Hard for that little fella.
Strange little scenario here. I'm including it. You can see that water is super shallow, like maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So as I'm going towards this little entrance to this stream here, a bass probably about 15 inches shoots off to my right, and I throw past it to see if maybe there's anything else back there in that super shallow water. I'm not going to get anything, but I noticed that 15-inch bass just kind of went out there and turned around in a little bit deeper water, but I can see him. He's just sitting there looking at me. Fish hasn't ran off yet or swam off yet. It's still kind of just sitting there looking at me. I wish you could see it, but get a load of this. Gonna make a couple casts at this bass and just watch what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Man, he got off. Let's he didn't look like he ran away. We're gonna try to see if we can cast at this rascal again. Oh, we bit again. It's the same fish. Alright. Oh, we got off. Darn.
So they will.
So left that flat. I'm heading upstream, And just notice this bass that's going to come in front of my kayak here while I'm casting. Right, a little bit to the left and in front of the kayak, you're going to see that bass coming across. It's a pretty big one. That bass was probably 18 plus inches. It'd be a good size one for this creek, but oh well, on to the next one. What I've noticed is if you cast that lure up against something, skip it up against it, let it sit just a second, and then pull it off. And when you pull it off, hold tension on your line. And that seems to be when they're hitting. It's when it's falling, and you can feel them thump it. And then when they thump it, they usually hold on to it for a minute so you can reel down to them and set that hook.
Bad guy.
Oh, that fish looks like it's hooked in the belly. That's strange because I felt the thump. I guess, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but felt the thump, reeled down, set the hook, and he was hooked in the belly, and that's a spotted bass.
Little spot. See if you can see that tooth patch on his tongue. Spotty spot. What a rambunctious little fish.
So I'm just up from where I caught that previous spot. I mean, like maybe 15 feet from it, the same little corner. Oh, now this fish here is a little bit stronger than the others. Let's see what we got.
$15 3/4 inch spot.
I'm starting to become a believer in this Magnum Finesse worm. For the price and how many you get and how tough they are proving themselves to be pretty good. That wasn't too bad of a trip, huh? Got some couple little decent spots, decent for around here in South Alabama, and a few small largemouth. Bait skips pretty well. I'll be picking up a couple more packs of these once I run out. They come 10 to a pack, and they're pretty tough, so they ought to last for a little while. Let me know what you think about that. See you on the next one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.